Hola niños. Mi nombre es Chene. Hoy, voy a recorrer el campus para ver animales diferentes. ¿Quieres unirme a mi aventura hoy? Muy bien.
This is an earthworm. Do you know what an earthworm is? That's right.
Pheretuma, or an earthworm, is a tube-shaped, segmented worm found in the class Oligochaeta of the phylum Annelida. Individuals are hermaphroditic and reproduction can be either sexual or parthenogenetic. From front to back, the basic shape of the earthworm is a cylindrical tube, divided into a series of segments which are called metameres that compartmentalize the body. An adult earthworm develops a belt-like glandular swelling, called the clitellum, which covers several segments toward the front part of the animal. This is part of the reproductive system and produces egg capsules. In many soils, earthworms play a major role in the conversion of large pieces of organic matter into rich humus, thus improving soil fertility.
Do you see any caterpillar? There it is. I don't see.
Caterpillar is the name of the larvae of order Lepidoptera, class Insecta. Caterpillars eat constantly. They outgrow their skin and shed it several times. The majority of caterpillars are herbivores, and eat mostly leaves, though some species eat all plant parts, fungi and dead animal matter, including other caterpillars. They have 3-4 weeks until pupation. After the last shedding, the caterpillar fastens to a branch and enters the pupa or chrysalis stage. You can find caterpillars almost everywhere, from sandy beaches to meadows to mountain forests, worldwide.
I will first go to the senior social garden. I wonder what animals will is eatere.
Millipedes fall under class Diplopida of subphylum Anoramia. Their legs are paired in each body segment except for the first 3. Millipedes normally live outdoors in damp places. Around homes, they live in flower beds and gardens. Millipedes thrive in places where the soil stays damp. They eat dead leaves and decaying wood particles that they find. A frog is any member of a diverse and largely carnivorous group of short-bodied, tailless amphibians composing the class Amphibia of the phylum Chordata. The body plan of an adult frog is generally characterized by a stout body, protruding eyes, cleft tongue, limbs folded underneath, and the absence of a tail in adults. Besides living in fresh water and on dry land, the adults of some species are adapted for living underground or in trees. The skin of the frog is glandular, with secretions ranging from distasteful to toxic. Frogs typically lay their eggs in water. The eggs hatch into aquatic larvae called tadpoles that have tails and internal gills. They have highly specialized rasping mouth parts suitable for herbivorous, omnivorous or planktivorous diets. The life cycle is completed when they metamorphose into adults.
This belongs to order Hymenoptera.
Hornets are wasps of the genus Vespa, family Vespidae, order Hymenoptera, class Insecta of subphylum Hexapoda. They grow between 2.7 centimeters and 4.5 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of around 7 centimeters. These social insects construct hives by chewing wood into a papery construction pulp. They mature from egg to adult inside the community hive. Queens dominate hornet hives and are the only females to reproduce. Most other hornets are asexual female workers that perform essential community duties such as building the hive, gathering food, feeding the young, and protecting the colony. Males are few and they have only one real role, mating with the queen. Males typically die soon after their sexual task is complete.
Do you see any pet? Yes, there is a dog.
The domestic dog, Canis lupus familiaris or Canis familiaris, is a member of genus Canis that forms part of the wolf-like canids, and is the most widely abundant carnivore. The dog was the first domesticated species and has been selectively bred over millennia for various behaviors, sensory capabilities, and physical attributes. Their long association with humans has led dogs to be uniquely attuned to human behavior, and they are able to thrive on a starch-rich diet that would be inadequate for other canid species. Dogs perform many roles for people, such as hunting, herding, pulling loads, protection, assisting police and military, companionship and, more recently, aiding handicapped individuals. This influence on human society has given them the sobriquet, man's best friend. Achatina fullica is a gastropod species of large land snail that belong in the phylum Mollusca. It is also famously known as the giant African snail. This snail species has been considered a significant cause in pest issues around the world. Internationally, it is the most frequently occurring type of snail invasive species. Outside of its native range, this snail thrives in many types of habitat in areas with mild climates. It feeds voraciously and is a vector for plant pathogens, causing severe damage to agricultural crops and native plants. It competes with native snail taxa, and is a nuisance pest of urban areas, and spreads human disease. This snail is listed as one of the top 100 invasive species in the world. Cattle, colloquially cows, are the most common type of large domesticated ungulates. They are a prominent modern member of the subfamily Bovini of class Mammalia under phylum Chordata. They are the most widespread species of the genus Bos, and are most commonly classified collectively as Bos taurus. Cattle are ruminants, meaning their digestive system is highly specialized to allow the use of poorly digestible plants as food. Cattle have one stomach with 4 compartments, the rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. Cattle are known for regurgitating and rechewing their food, known as cud chewing.
Oh, look at, I see. These are calves. They are baby cows.
The gestation period for a cow is about 9 months long. A newborn calf's size can vary among breeds, but a typical calf weighs between 25 to 45 kg. They usually stand within a few minutes of calving, and suckle within an hour. However, for the first few days they are not easily able to keep up with the rest of the herd, so young calves are often left hidden by their mothers, who visit them several times a day to suckle them. By a week old, the calf is able to follow the mother all the time. Cows play an important role in the lives of humans as source of food. The meat of adult cattle is known as beef, and that of calves is veal. Other animal parts are also used as food products, including blood, liver, kidney, heart and oxtail. Cattle also produce milk, and dairy cattle are specifically bred to produce the large quantities of milk processed and sold for human consumption.
Look at that! Those are horses. Do you like to ride with that? Me too.
The horse is an odd-toed ungulate mammal belonging to the taxonomic class Mammalia under phylum Chordata. Horses' anatomy enables them to make use of speed to escape predators, and they have a well-developed sense of balance and a strong fight or flight response. Related to this need to flee from predators in the wild is an unusual trait: horses are able to sleep both standing up and lying down. Worldwide, horses play a role within human cultures and have done so for millennia. Horses are used for leisure activities, sports, and working purposes. Migratory birds fall under class Aves, subphylum Vertebrata of phylum Chordata. Migratory birds fly hundreds and thousands of kilometers to find the best ecological conditions and habitats for feeding, breeding and raising their young. When conditions at breeding sites become unfavorable, it is time to fly to regions where conditions are better.
After going to the College of Veterinary Medicine, and Copeland Gymnasium, I will now go to other locations in the campus like the Freedom Park, dormitories, and the Institute of Biological Science.
Nematodes are distinguished as bilaterally symmetrical, round unsegmented worms. Trichinella or trichina worm lives in muscle fibers. They infect humans when an infected meat is ingested. Larvae are surrounded by outer hyaline layer and inner fibrous layer. These larvae do more damage to hosts than adults. One can be infected with ancylostoma or hookworm through contact with soil. These hookworms have large buccal capsule with 3 pairs of ventral teeth. Their male species have bursa with long slender rays at the posterior region for attaching to female during copulation. Anaerobius or pinworm are mostly common in children. Their mouth have 3 retractile lips which leads into the esophagus with a distinct esophageal bulb. Eggs of this species are lightweight and can float in the air. Leeches are segmented worms that belong to the phylum Annelida and comprise the subclass Hierodonea. Leeches do not have bristles, and the external segmentation of their bodies does not correspond with the internal segmentation of their organs. Their bodies are much more solid as the spaces in their coelom are dense with connective tissues. They also have 2 suckers, one at each end. The majority of leeches live in freshwater environments, while some species can be found in terrestrial and marine environments. The best-known leeches, such as the medicinal leech, Hirudomedicinus, are hematophagous, feeding on vertebrate blood and invertebrate hemolymph. Leeches, such as the Hirudomedicinus, have been historically used in medicine to remove blood from patients. A dragonfly is an insect belonging to the order Odonata of class Insecta. Dragonflies were some of the first winged insects to evolve, some 300 million years ago. Modern dragonflies have wingspans of only 2 to 5 inches, but fossil dragonflies have been found with wingspans of up to 2 feet. There are more than 5,000 known species of dragonflies. Dragonflies are expert flyers. They can fly straight up and down, hover like a helicopter, and even make midair. If they can't fly, they'll starve because they only eat prey they catch while flying. Dragonflies, which eat insects as adults, are a great control on the mosquito population. A single dragonfly can eat 30 to hundreds of mosquitoes per day. Apis mellifera, also known as honeybees, is included in order Hymenoptera of class Insecta in subphylum Hexapoda. Honeybees are flying insects, and close relatives of wasps and ants. Bees of all varieties live on nectar and pollen. Without bees, pollination would be difficult and time-consuming, It is estimated that 1/3 of the human food supply depends on insect pollination. Bees have a long, straw-like tongue called a proboscis that allows them to drink the nectar from deep within blossoms. Bees are also equipped with 2 wings, 2 antennae, and 3 segmented body parts: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Honeybees are social insects that live in colonies. The hive population consists of a single queen, a few hundred drones, and thousands of worker bees. Aquarium fishes belong to the class ST-3L of phylum Chordata. These fishes are popularly referred to as the bony fishes, a diverse taxonomic group of fish that have skeletons primarily composed of bone tissue, as opposed to cartilage. Aquarium fishes usually thrive in freshwater. Fish exchange gases by pulling oxygen-rich water through their mouths and pumping it over their gills. Many bony fish have an internal organ called a swim bladder that adjusts their buoyancy through manipulation of gases. ST-3Ls are primitively ectothermic or cold-blooded, meaning that their body temperature is dependent on that of the water. Other animals that Cheney has seen are grasshoppers from class Insecta of phylum Arthropoda, mosquito which is also from class Insecta of phylum Arthropoda, and squid from class Cephalopoda of phylum Mollusca.